The Boardwalk, a place traditionally known for its fun, laughter, and nostalgic memories by the sea, harbors unsettling secrets that many ignore. While the sweet smell of fried dough and saltwater taffy fills the air, there are darker forces at play beneath the surface. Here are some terrifying real-life horror stories from boardwalks across America, unedited, terrifying, and entirely true. Brace yourself, because once you step into these tales, you may never look at your favorite boardwalk the same way again. In the summer of 2003, 14-year-old Amanda Carlson was enjoying an evening out with her friends on the Ocean City, Maryland boardwalk. She was last seen near the old Ferris wheel at around 10:30 p.m. Eyewitnesses reported that she had been talking to a man dressed in a dark hoodie before she suddenly vanished without a trace. Despite a thorough investigation by the police and examination of security footage, Amanda was never found. While some believe she was abducted, others whisper that she may have been lured away by something far more sinister, something not of this world. To this day, there are visitors who claim to hear a girl's faint voice calling out for help near the Ferris wheel, even when no one is around. What's even more chilling, some people claim to have seen Amanda's reflection in the funhouse mirrors, her eyes wide in terror, silently screaming for help. Others report the unsettling sensation of a cold hand brushing against theirs as they walk past the mirrors, only to turn and find no one behind them. Coney Island, infamous for its eerie history, has another ghostly legend tied to its abandoned carousel near the boardwalk. Locals recount the story of George, a ride operator who tragically met his end in the early 1900s. While trying to fix a mechanical issue on the ride, he was crushed beneath the gears. Since then, those who worked the carousel reported strange happenings, horses moving on their own, the sound of eerie laughter in the dead of night, and a shadowy figure that appeared in the mirrors of the ride. Even after the ride was shut down, people swear they can still hear the haunting music of the calliope playing on the wind after hours, long after the boardwalk empties. Some say they have seen the ghostly figure of a man in a conductor's uniform standing still beside the decaying carousel, his hollow eyes watching and waiting. Brave souls who have dared to touch the rusted ride report feeling an electrical shock, as if something, or someone, is still lingering on the ride, trapped in time. The Santa Monica Pier is another popular tourist destination, but many visitors have left with unnerving tales of encountering a figure known only as the Shadow Man. This entity is described as unnaturally tall, with glowing red eyes that seem to pierce the darkness. Multiple witnesses have reported seeing him near the arcade or underneath the pier, moving with an unsettling speed and disappearing into thin air when approached. One local legend suggests that the Shadow Man is the vengeful spirit of a drifter who drowned beneath the pier many years ago and is now cursed to wander in search of retribution. Those who lock eyes with him are often overwhelmed by a deep sense of dread, accompanied by vivid nightmares that last for weeks. Some have even woken up with unexplained scratches on their arms, as if marked by invisible hands. One couple, vacationing from out of town, reported being chased by the Shadow Man along the boardwalk. When they turned a corner, they found that he had vanished. The next morning, Deep gouges appeared in the wooden railing where they had been standing, as though the shadow man had clawed his way through. In 2017, a family visiting Wildwood, New Jersey, had an experience that left them terrified for weeks. While walking the boardwalk late at night, they heard what they thought was a woman's laughter echoing from the empty amusement park. Initially assuming it was a prank, they ventured closer. To their horror, they saw a woman in a tattered white dress standing near the entrance to the funhouse. She smiled at them before she vanished into thin air. Locals believe she is the ghost of a performer who died in a tragic fire decades ago. Her laughter is said to echo throughout the boardwalk before disappearing into the night. What's even more terrifying, people who hear her laughter report waking up exactly at 3 a.m. for weeks after the encounter, hearing music playing faintly in the distance with no source. One man who mocked the legend of the woman reported waking up to the smell of burning flesh in his hotel room, with the laughter growing louder until he fled in sheer terror. Myrtle Beach, a popular tourist destination, has its own chilling legacy, particularly due to numerous drowning incidents. One haunting tale stands out, dating back to the 1970s. 3 young boys tragically drowned near the pier under mysterious circumstances, and their bodies were never recovered.